Okay. Give it like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. Nah, that is way too much. I'm going to give it 5 minutes. 5 minutes until I get started. That should give some people time to trickle in. Um, I should enact. Oh, I should add PNG. Uh, what other commands do I actually have? Nothing. Nothing useful for other people. So we do that. And then we go like this. Hooray! Now people know who my PNG tuber is. If I quickly go to game, yes, that's gonna show up. That's gonna show up right there. Oh, the just very, very lack of professionalism here. It really is a shame that nobody else can hear the game music while I'm in this screen. Maybe I simply add da-da-ba-ba, audio output capture, desktop. So that should be there. Okay. And we drop that down. Beautiful. It's not the prettiest way to give desktop audio, but I can solve that another day. For now, I simply hang out in my chatting screen with the lovely music of Detective Instinct playing in the background. I'm just saying whatever random bullshit comes to mind. That's great. Having a great time here. God, the music in this game is gonna be so fucking good. I have played just a little bit of the demo. Or rather, I've played through the full demo, which doesn't provide much. It is the tutorial, and that's it. It is the tutorial, and that's it. But that is enough to provide enough music to know that the music in this game is going to be very good. Okay, we are just a few seconds out from switching over to the game. Alright, it is Game time. That is the game. I no longer look at my OBS. It is simply time to start a new game. Oh, okay. Man makes his way down the street. And he is defenestrated. Poor man. Chapter 1. Hey, look, that's us. What? What is that knocking? Is somebody at my door? Open up! This is the police! The police? You have 5 seconds until we bust down 5, 4... Okay, alright, hold on, I'm getting up. Put your hands where I can see them. You're under arrest. Under arrest? What for? You know what you did, you heartless monster. The murder has taken place in this very room, and you're the culprit. What? What? What to think? What's going on here? What is going on here? We're gonna check on the area. This is my hotel room, room 105 on the first floor. What's up with you? This man is out for blood. I guess we have a little chat. What about a murder? That's right, buddy. A murder took place in this very room only a short time ago. But that's impossible. I've been here all night. You really aren't helping your case, pal. What is going on here? Really, what is going on here? This room. Officer, are you sure you have the right room? Shut it! I don't want to hear another word out of you. How can I get him to listen to me? He must be in the wrong place, but how can I prove that to him? I need to find out more about this murder. Still playing dumb, eh? Criminals like you make me sick. To think you could throw a man out of a window 5 stories to his death and then lie about it, it's simply nauseating. Wait, did he say a man fell 5 stories from this room? But that's... Officer, you said a man was thrown out of the window of this room and fell 5 stories to his death? That's right. But that doesn't make any sense at all. Oh yeah, and why not, wise guy? Because we're on the first floor. But I was told room 105. Or was it 501? 501, Officer Loader. Boss! You were taking so long to join us at the scene, I was beginning to wonder if you got lost. But I see now you were just harassing this young man. That's right, sir. My mistake, sir. The rest of the team is waiting for you upstairs. I'll join you in a minute. Sir, yes, sir. Voice acting is so much fun. Apologies for Officer Loader. He can sometimes get a little carried away, you know? Hey, are you alright? You know, you're not actually under arrest. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Yeah, I'm alright. Just, what exactly is going on here? A perfectly reasonable question. I guess I could let you in on the situation. It's the least I could do after my officer disturbed your sleep so rudely. Fuck, this music is so good. I'm just gonna let that ride. Oh. Okay. Okay. Hey, what's your name? We're gonna go with, Xerxes. We are Xerxes. Xerxes, did I hear that right? Yep, that's me. Nice to meet you, Xerxes. I'm Detective Daltrey. What would you like to know? I should ask him about what's going on. Let's check on the detective. A police detective. Thank God he showed up when he did. I might be in handcuffs right now. You know, even if nobody shows up to this, I'm having a good time. Okay, we are going to talk about the murder. Was somebody really murdered here? Earlier tonight, a man fell to his death from a room on the 5th floor of this hotel through a shattered window. It's a bit of an odd situation, but despite Officer Loader's enthusiasm, it's too early to say if foul play was involved. Anyway, I'm shocked you slept through all the commotion. Didn't you hear the sirens? I don't think so? Heavy sleeper, huh? I could tell you just a little bit more if you'd like. This reminds me of when I slept through a fire alarm a few years ago. I still can't believe my idiot roommate took off without waking me up. It's a good thing it wasn't a real fire, but maybe I should try to, sleep a little less soundly? God, I wish that were me. Alright, many options. Let's talk about the victim. Let's just quickly look at stream. Yeah. Stream looks pretty good. And the audio, the video, the music. Music is the word I'm looking for. The music, so fucking good. Let's actually quickly make sure that stream can hear the music. I could stand to turn that up a little bit. Let's go here. That should be a good audio level. Alright, so let's talk about the victim. We haven't ID'd him yet, but he's a man in his mid-30s or so. What about the crime scene? Like I said, the victim fell from a room on the 5th floor. Curiously, though, The room he fell from was unoccupied. Technically, nobody should have been in there at all. Strange, right? What about the commotion? The victim hit the ground pretty close to the hotel's entrance, so it caused quite a scene. A lot of the guests here are still roaming around downstairs trying to figure out what's going on. I wonder if that includes Emma and Professor Martin. I should go downstairs when the detective leaves. I wonder if Emma and Professor Martin are awake. Is it just me, or does this guy seem a little too cheery to be investigating someone's death? Well, I think I've said enough. I better get back to the crime scene. You alright now? Yeah, I'm all good, thanks. Fantastic! Now if you'll just put on these handcuffs. What? I'm kidding. Man, you Americans really have no sense of humor, huh? Not American. I'm Canadian. Yes, very funny. Is it really that obvious I'm American? Anyway, don't stay up too late, kid. Get some sleep. Sweet dreams. Get some sleep after all that? Impossible. My night is ruined. Well, as long as I'm awake, I might as well check out all the commotion downstairs. I wonder if Emma and Professor Martin are awake. We're gonna think. I wonder if Emma and Professor Martin are downstairs. Check the area. I need to get out of this room for a little while. Go to the hotel entrance. I'm just gonna let every track ride for a little bit. Cause God, these are such a vibe. So it's true, huh? Hey, is that? Hey, Emma. Oh, Xerxes, where have you been? Don't tell me you slept through all of this. Kind of a funny story about that, actually. Oh yeah, you did, didn't you? That's just like you. I don't know if that's gonna fly as a voice for her, but whatever. Yeah, I'll tell you later. So I guess someone really did die here. Yeah, just back there is where it all happened, I think. You can see the broken window if you look up at the 5th floor. It's hard to tell from here, but it looks like they drew an outline on the street in the spot where they first found the body. Wow, I can't believe it. Pretty scary, right? I sort of wanted to get a closer look at the investigation, but the police are keeping people away from the scene. A closer look? Are you serious? I know, it's morbid, but I can't help but be a little curious, aren't you? A little. Hey, have you seen Professor Martin around? Oh yes, he was just here a second ago. I think he went to get more information from one of the police officers. I'm sure he just wants to make sure everything is safe. Oh, there he is over there. I wonder what they're talking about. I think he saw us. Oh shit, new voice. Hello, Xerxes. I see you've finally woken up. Yeah. So what's the situation here? Well, they didn't tell me much. They're saying there's no danger, but that we should be cautious. I think they're just as confused as the rest of us, frankly. This is some ghastly business regardless. I must apologize that our trip would end in this way. Oh, it's fine, Professor. It's not your fault. Besides, it'll be an interesting story to tell everyone back home. She's really enjoying this, isn't she? Yes, well, I agree with the police that the safest place for us to be right now would be behind the locked doors of our rooms. I would suggest the two of you head back inside as soon as possible. We will, Professor. Yeah, our rooms are real safe, at least until the cops come knocking. We have an early day tomorrow. Remember that our train departs at 7:10 a.m. What a specific time. I know it will be hard to sleep after all this commotion, but please try your best. I'll meet you both in the lobby at 6:30, okay? Sleep well now. Good night. Good night, Professor. I guess it is getting late. Maybe we should go back inside. Ah, if it isn't our prime suspect returning to the scene of the crime. Oh, hello, Detective. Prime suspect? Detective? Excuse me? It's a long story. You just couldn't resist coming down here, could you? You know that kind of curiosity might get you in trouble someday. Detective, what's going on here? Is Xerxes in trouble? Oh, no. We're just having a laugh, right, buddy? So funny. Ooh, too funny. Well, I just came to check on the status of the investigation down here, so... Oh, have you discovered anything new, Detective? Who's asking? Oh, my name's Emma. Xerxes and I are both college students from America. I was just... Curious? Yes, just curious. College students, huh? What are you studying? Oh, English literature. Really? Huh. Your friend here doesn't strike me as the type. Don't judge a book by its cover, Detective. Well, let's see. If you study literature, you must be pretty inquisitive, interested in human behavior, curious, resourceful, perhaps. I probably shouldn't, but to be honest, we're about to wrap things up. We're pretty certain we found just about everything there is to find here, and yet... maybe it couldn't hurt if we took one last look around with some fresh eyes on the scene. So I'll tell you what. Just over there is where the body was found. Don't worry, it isn't there anymore. Why don't you two take a quick look? I'll give you a few minutes, and you let me know if you spot anything interesting. Deal? You're going to let us investigate the crime scene? Sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Who knows? Maybe you'll see something we overlooked. Plus, let's just say I owe your friend a favor. What do you think, Xerxes? Seems like a rare opportunity. I think we should take it. How is this acceptable police procedure? Like, really? Come on. Are you sure this is okay? Wait, Emma! Looks like she's getting a head start. Come on, don't be so uptight. It's fine, trust me, you'll have fun! This guy's idea of fun is a little suspect, but I can't deny, I'm curious. You know what? Sure, why not? That's the spirit. I'll be right over there if you find anything or have any questions. Good luck. This is a spot. Let's see if we can find anything. Okay. Let's discuss. Come on, let's check out the crime scene. Okay, not too much to discuss. Speak to... nobody. There's already nobody in front of me to talk to. Let's check the area. This is where the body was found, right outside the hotel lobby. No, Stop putting on a voice. This is where the body was found, right outside the hotel lobby. I've seen so many crime scenes on TV and in movies and stuff, but to be investigating one in real life is surreal. The detective probably shouldn't be letting us do this, so let's make the most of this opportunity while we still can. We're going to check. Where? Who's this peeping Tom? There's a guy watching everything from his room on the second floor, and he's not being very subtle about it. Oh, that's just creepy. I'm not sure if I like being watched from above like that. I think he should mind his own business. This is a real crime scene, not some kind of show. Weren't you doing the same thing just a few minutes ago? Huh? No, not at all. I was just curious, for the right reasons, and he's not. Okay, sure. Say what you will. That's, not close-minded at all. Who's this? I think this officer is using a walkie-talkie. Yeah, no action here at all. Probably just a drunken accident. No, and he's up to his antics again. Yep, civilians. Even worse, they look like tourists. Why can't he just be normal? Don't say anything. I just know we'll all get in trouble for this if it gets out. God, how did a guy like that make detective anyway? This is humiliating. Looks like he's investigating the spot where they found the body. And who's this cop? It's a police officer. He doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. Hey, you! What are you two doing out here? This area's off limits. Leave now, or else I'm bringing you downtown! Fuck, that hurts. It's my water. I certainly hope that this guy is not, a prominently recurring character. Based on the fact that he's named, probably gonna show up a lot. Or at least, you know, more than once, but... Oh boy, I certainly hope I don't have to just keep voicing him. Anyways. You again? Calm down, your boss said we could help investigate. You expect me to believe Detective Daltrey would allow civilians into an active crime scene? Well, I do believe it. That sure sounds like something he'd do. My apologies. I thought you were supposed to be helping investigate the hotel room. Why are you back down here? Oh, they told me they didn't need me, so they sent me back down. But it's okay. I'm ready to help, no matter where I'm told to be. I'm getting the sense that this guy's presence isn't wanted in either location. So, can I help you with anything, or... let's talk about the crime scene. From what I was told, the crime was reported very shortly after it happened. Someone in the hotel heard the glass shatter and called us right away, after they looked out the window and saw a body. The station's right down the street, so we got here pretty quick. Nobody's been on the scene but us. What about the victim? We don't know anything about the victim yet. He wasn't carrying any form of ID, no wallet, or anything. Pretty strange. Detective Daltrey is my hero. I don't care what the other officers say. They got him all wrong. So what if he doesn't always do things by the book? He's always looking out for people. There's nobody on Earth with a bigger heart. Someday, I hope to work my way up to detective so I can solve crimes and help people just like him. What do you think, huh? You think I have what it takes to be a detective? Yeah, sure, man. Thank you, sir. I will do my best. Alright. Good job, man. Discuss. Let's keep looking. There may be more left to find. Okay, let's talk to nobody. Stay out of trouble, okay? And we are going to check the body. So this is where the body landed, huh? Yeah, right in between that lamppost and the bush. Should we take a closer look? Yeah, sure. Let's just, try to stay out of the way. Alright, let's see what we can find. Some shards of glass from the broken window are scattered on the ground. Better watch our step. That's a lot of blood for what should be, I don't know, just organ trauma? Oh man, do you see this, Emma? That must be, bloodstain. Yeah, how awful. It looks like most of it is centered around his lower torso. Man, I'm gonna be sick. His lower torso? That's interesting. How so? Well, he died from a fall, right? Why would he be bleeding from his stomach? That's, a really good point, actually. We should ask the detective about that. Sure. Let's talk with Daltrey. How's the search going? Let's talk about some other things first. The body was found right where that chalk outline is. Take a quick look around and let me know if you see anything odd. We still don't know too much about him, just that he's a man in his mid-30s or so. The killer. Unfortunately, we don't currently have any evidence or witnesses pointing to a culprit, assuming there is one, of course. You. You want to know about me? Well, sure, let's see. I'm 36, single, have been married once. I finished 4th in my class at Galloway University with a major in criminal justice and a minor in theater performance, and, oh, I didn't expect his life story. You seem disinterested. Too much information? If you're wondering why I'm letting you investigate, well, let's just say I like to rely on my instincts over procedure. My bosses don't like it, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't either. But they can't argue when I get results, and I have a good feeling you two will find something. What about Officer Loader? My apologies for the mix-up earlier. Officer Loader may not be the brightest bulb, but you can't deny he's got spirit. Yeah, spirit's one word for it. Okay, let's actually talk about the blood now. Ah, you noticed that too. The body had a number of cuts, some of them pretty deep. We found blood on pieces of the broken window in the hotel room, so... Oh, the glass, that's right. Still, that's a good catch. I didn't mention the cuts before, so I can tell you're really thinking things through. Keep it up. Thank you, sir. We will. Speak to... nothing else to talk about. Let's keep looking. There may be more left to find. Speak to nobody. Call me when you find something. Now, the only place left to really look is in the bushes. It's a shame he just missed this bush. I wonder if it would have broken his fall. From that high up? I don't think so, Xerxes. This isn't a movie. I don't know. That bush looks pretty thick to me. hold on. I think I see something in the bush. Xerxes, let's look a little closer. Yeah, I think she's right. Let's take a look. That is a wallet. Is that a wallet? That's what it looks like. Quick, let's tell the detective, Xerxes. Okay, let's talk to Daltrey. Speak to Daltrey. How's the search going? We are going to talk about the wallet. A wallet in the bush? Hold on a second. Well, would you look at that? Good eyes, you two. This could very well be a huge piece of evidence. Do you think it belonged to the victim, or maybe the killer? Well, there is an ID in it, but I'm afraid I can't tell you who it belongs to. That would be against protocol. Oh, so now he cares about protocol. Oh, well, alright, I understand, Detective. Man, now I just feel like a jerk. Alright, how's about this? I may not be able to tell you directly who this wallet belongs to, but if you just happen to guess the identity of its owner, maybe I could tell you if you're on the right track. But, Detective, how could we possibly guess that correctly? It could be anybody. Listen, being a detective is about more than merely collecting evidence. Sometimes you need to take that evidence and make a deduction. Look around the scene, talk to some of the other officers, see if you can narrow down a list of suspects. Then tell me what you think. But be warned, I won't be going easy on you. If you guess incorrectly, it's game over. Game over? What does that mean? Okay, you ready? Have fun. When you think you know who the wallet belongs to, just talk with me about them. In the same way you talk to me about anything. He's testing us, Xerxes. Come on, let's see if we can figure this out. Okay, we are going to check in with this officer. This officer is using a walkie-talkie. Yeah, and on top of that, get this, it happened again. Yeah, I know, it's the second time this month he's lost it at a crime scene. He's such a mess. I wonder what he's talking about. Let's talk with Loader. As much as I really don't want to. Officer Loader reporting. We're gonna talk about this wallet. What's this about a wallet in the bush? Huh, that's weird. Why is that weird? Oh, well, I was going to check the bush before, but I was told it was already checked and nothing was found. I have a hard time believing Detective Daltrey would miss something like that. He's very observant, you know. So they checked the bush earlier but didn't find the wallet. Does that mean it wound up in there after the investigation already started? Stay out of trouble, okay? Okay. Nothing new with that guy. Nothing new with that guy. Let's do a quick discuss. Let's review what we know about the scene. Apparently, only the police have been at the scene of the crime since it happened. Officer Loader told us that when Detective Daltrey investigated the bush earlier, it was clear of any evidence. The policeman on the walkie-talkie was saying something about someone having lost something on the scene. Don't tell me. Is it really? I'm afraid so. Hey, no. Nope. Loader, go away. We're talking adultery. How's the search going? Well, adultery. I think it's your wallet. Wait, are you saying you think this is my wallet? Yeah. I'm afraid that answer is correct. Wow, I can't believe you figured it out. You see, I always keep my wallet in the left pocket of my jacket. But a few weeks ago I tore a hole in it. Sometimes when I'm in the middle of an investigation, muscle memory takes over and I forget about the hole, so I guess it fell out while I was checking the bush earlier. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, don't give me that look. Haven't you ever dropped something by accident? Not while investigating a crime scene. Alright, I recognize this seems pretty unprofessional. But I assure you, I really am very good at my job. I'm just a bit, clumsy is all. Well, Detective, I'm glad we helped you find your wallet. Yes, thank you both very much. I'd give you a tip for this, but sadly I'm not carrying any cash. How convenient. Well, I'm disappointed the wallet wasn't real evidence, but at least we helped the detective with something. How much do you want to bet he only asked us to help him in... How much you want to bet he only asked us to help investigate so he'd have more people around to help him find it? You're probably right. Oh, fuck was that? Oh my god. Loader kills me. Alright. Detective! Detective, I think we've just found something really important. Oh, is that right? Excuse me a minute. I wonder what that was all about. Oh! As much as I appreciate your help, I think you two had better go back to your rooms now. Did you find something important, Detective? Oh, nothing much. I just think you guys should go before it gets back to my boss that I let tourists investigate a crime scene. Oh, shoot, just when we were starting to find some things. Huh, he didn't seem to care too much about that before. I wonder what changed his mind. That's alright, Detective. Thanks for letting us take a look around. Anytime. Well, probably not anytime. In fact, more likely, never again. You two are naturals, I can tell. Just remember, as fun as investigating can be, this line of work is serious business. And when you're looking for the truth, well, you may not always like what you find. Is he trying to give us profound advice, or is he just making excuses about the wallet? But don't let that stop you. A true investigator will stop at nothing until the truth is revealed, no matter what. Understood? Understood, Detective. Have a good night, you two, and I hope you enjoyed your time in Vendreka. Excluding this whole mess, of course. That was fun, wasn't it? Yeah, at least about as fun as investigating somebody's death can be. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't be so nonchalant. It's pretty scary and sad. We should go back inside. It's almost midnight. Yeah, we should. I'll see you tomorrow, Xerxes. Good night. Night, Emma. Well, I've had enough of playing detective for one night. Time for bed. I'm still not very tired, though. I wonder how long the police will be here. I can't believe this happened while we were staying here. It feels completely surreal. Alright, let's go to the hotel room. Man, I'm never gonna get to sleep. A knock? Oh no, not again. Xerxes? Xerxes, are you awake? Emma? Yeah, hang on, 1 second. Check the door. Hi, Xerxes. I'm sorry to bother you so late. It's just, I can't sleep. I keep thinking about what happened. Yeah, me too. I need to take my mind off it somehow. Well, how about we talk about something else for a bit then? What should we talk about? Helpful. Well... Have you thought about what you're going to write your term paper about yet? Oh, yeah! The term paper. Gotta think of something good. Now this sounds like a fantastic option. However, that is what I selected during the demo. So I do want to... Hold up. What does tab do? Okay, that is a chat log. That is helpful. Shift is just settings. Okay. Let's pick the good answer. I know the response, but this does sound like a good answer. That could be interesting. What writers are you going to focus on? Oh, that's, there's so many good ones, I don't want to leave any out, you know? Well, click in the wrong spot. No. Be specific. Claude Rains? You know, you can just tell me you have no ideas. I'm not gonna judge you much. If that hurts. Listen, Xerxes. As your tutor, I have a responsibility to ensure you take this assignment seriously. Not to mention, I vouched for you when Martin was on the fence about letting you come on this trip. He usually only accepts seniors for directed study, remember? Yeah, I know. I wish you'd stop calling yourself my tutor. It's so embarrassing. So please, think about it. I can help you with it too, if you like. No, it's fine, trust me. I plan on gathering my thoughts once we get on the train tomorrow. Great, I believe in you. The term paper. If you need any advice, just ask. I'm always happy to help. Talk about the train. Ah, I'm so looking forward to this. I never imagined I'd get to travel on a luxury train. We'll be riding for 3 whole days. It feels so romantic, doesn't it? Yeah, I guess so. It would have been a lot faster to just fly out of Vendreka back to London, but... Oh, but trains are so much more charming. We'll get to travel straight through the European countryside. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, Xerxes. We're so lucky Martin has connections. You sound so excited. I am, aren't you? Come on, even just a little. Sure, I don't really like flying anyway. One flight from London back to New York is fine with me. I'm just sad that the trip is already over. You know, Vendreka is so beautiful. Martin's lucky he got to grow up here. Let's talk about Martin. You think Martin already went back to sleep? Oh, definitely. He doesn't like to stay up late. I shouldn't tell you this, but one semester, the school rescheduled his film class to Wednesday night. It was a 3-hour class, so it didn't end until 10. After a screening of some really long war movies from the 30s, we all sat there waiting for him to turn on the lights, but he was asleep. Oh no, was the movie that boring? Oh no, the movie was fascinating. But it's past your bedtime and you've seen it 100 times, well... That's so funny. I can't even imagine it. He's usually so intimidating in class. You think so? I don't know. He's not so bad when you get to know him. We're not going to talk about the murder, because we're trying not to talk about the murder. I think. It might be time for bed soon, but I could talk to Emma a little more too. Do we say anything new about the term paper? No. Let's check. Emma. It's Emma. She used to be my writing tutor when I was a freshman, but now we're just friends. At least that's how I see it. She's only a year older than me, but I feel like she still thinks of me as a little kid. It can be a little annoying, but it's fine. Let's check out this painting. This painting is in my room, too. I wonder how many copies of it they have. That's a pretty nice painting. I wonder what's on TV this time of night. I'm not usually up this late. Probably just infomercials. When do you usually go to bed? Not a minute later than 9:30 p.m. I need to be well rested for my 8 a.m. classes. What about you? Maybe like 11 p.m., sometimes midnight? Oh, that's way too late. I hope you're getting enough sleep, Xerxes. It's really important. I guess I can't tell her the truth. It's more like 2 a.m. She'd be so disappointed. Did you know this hotel has a wake-up call service? I had them calling me at 7 a.m. sharp. It was great. 7 a.m. every day? Man, morning people scare me. 7 a.m. is not that early. I say, as somebody who has to wake up for... who has to leave my house by 7 a.m. for work. It sucks. Maybe I should use it so I don't oversleep tomorrow morning. Oh, don't worry, Xerxes. I'll wake you up nice and early. Anything else to check? These beds were pretty comfy, right? I usually don't sleep too well in hotels, but I didn't have a problem here. I did bring my own pillow, though. I did bring my own pillow. Though it took up a ton of space in my luggage, but it was worth it. Maybe I should have done that. I mean, based on how deeply we were sleeping, I don't think we needed that. Nothing new to talk about. I think it's time to go to sleep. I'm feeling pretty sleepy now. Should I go to sleep? Yeah, it's bedtime. Well, anyway, I think I'm going to try to get... Let's try that again. Well, anyway, I think I'm gonna try to get some sleep again. Thanks for talking with me, Xerxes. I think I feel better now. Yeah, me too. Good night, Emma. See you tomorrow. Night, Xerxes. I got no voice. So, I'm sorry this happened, but we still must go through with the plan. I don't know if I can. I'm afraid you don't have a choice. You must be on the train tomorrow if you aren't. I don't want you to die too. Please. And that is Chapter 1. Cleared in just under an hour. And there's the title drop. So many flashes of curious scenes. Chapter 2. Let's go! Now this is all new to me. Yeah, this dude's American as fuck. You know, I was right. This is kinda nice. Very cozy. We don't have anything like this in America, and if we did, I'm sure I couldn't afford it. What a shame. Well, I'm gonna kick back these next few days, enjoy the ride, and think about that term paper. Ugh, what should I even write about? I wonder if Emma's thinking the same thing. No, knowing her, she probably already has her whole essay outlined. I'm gonna need to catch up. Maybe I should start brainstorming some ideas. Xerxes, can I come in? Oh, hey, Emma, yeah, the door's open, what's up? Hey, is everything alright? Xerxes, something very strange is going on. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but will you listen to me for a moment? I... I need to make sure I'm not crazy. Of course, what's on your mind? Okay, let me see, just start at the beginning. After we departed, I decided to get up and take a look around. Eventually, I made my way to the observation car in the back of the train, because I wanted to check out the outdoor platform. I stood outside for a bit to get some fresh air. I thought I was alone, but then I heard something. There was a woman behind me, sitting by herself in one of the seats. She looked like she had been crying. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Fuck, I need I need another female voice. No, that's all right. I'm sorry if I startled you. I know it was none of my business, but seeing her like that, I just wanted to help somehow. I asked her if she was okay, and we got to talking a bit. I seemed to calm her down a little, so I offered to buy her a drink in the lounge car. She was really very nice, but she seemed troubled, like something was on her mind. She wouldn't be specific, and I wanted to respect her privacy, but she was so apologetic. There's one thing she said to me. You're a very nice girl, but I really don't deserve your kindness. It made me very sad for someone to feel that way. We were probably in the lounge car for half an hour or so, then I didn't sleep much last night and I started to feel really tired, so I told her I was going to take a nap, but that we should meet up in the same spot for lunch later. She agreed and I left. So did you meet up for lunch? No, Xerxes, that's the problem. I can't find her. What do you mean? I went back to the lounge car around noon. She wasn't there. I waited a few minutes, but this is the weird thing. I asked the bartender if he had seen her, and he said no. So she never came back? No, I mean, he said he never saw her at all. He told me that when I came to the lounge car earlier, I was alone. What? I argued with him for a bit, but he was insistent. I said there must be some mistake, but... Okay, well, was there anyone else who saw you with this woman? Well, there were 3 other people in the lounge car while we were talking. An old man and 2 men wearing polos. They weren't there when I went back, but there was also that strange couple. What's up with these two? When the two of us were going from the observation car to the lounge car, we passed a cabin as a man and a woman were coming out. I swear they gave us the funniest look. I went back to their cabin and asked them if they'd seen her, and the woman told me the same thing as the bartender. It's like she never existed at all. I don't mean to sound I don't mean to sound skeptical, but you're sure you met this woman? It wasn't just a vivid dream or anything? Xerxes, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to doubt you. It's just this is all very strange. No, it's okay. I know it sounds crazy, but Xerxes, I know that I met this woman. She's real. I don't know why everyone's claiming she isn't, but I'm really worried about her. She didn't just seem upset, she seemed frightened. I can't explain it, it was just a look she gave. What if something happened to her? Okay, let's not panic here. I'm sure this is all just a misunderstanding. How about you and I look around a bit and see if we can find her? Could we? Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you with this. Not a problem. We should also look for those people who... We should also look for those people you were with in the lounge car. Maybe we could talk to that couple again and anyone else who might have seen you together? Don't worry, Emma. We'll get to the bottom of this. Thank you, Xerxes. Alright, we have no time to lose. How about we start with the lounge car and see if any of those men came back? Sounds good to me. I'd like to have a word with that bartender, too. Oh, and... oh, and this woman. Did you happen to get her name? What did she look like? Her name. Oh, shoot. Why can't I remember? My memory is fuzzy for some reason. I thought it began with an A, but... She was tall with dark hair? She was wearing a gray coat and a dress, maybe in her late 20s, early 30s. I'm sorry, that's all that comes to mind. Alright, that's a start. Let's see what we can find out. Let's have a little think. Well, I guess the term paper can wait. Shame. I'll help Emma out with this, then I'll get back to work. Let's check the area. My cabin! It's very cozy. Check Emma. Emma seems really spooked. Just who exactly is this woman she met? I wonder what's really going on here. Check. What's with this boombox? My cabin doesn't have anything like it, like that in it. I don't know, looks like it can play CDs and cassettes or the radio. Huh, neat. We should listen to something later. But let's figure out what happened to the woman I met first. It looks really nice outside, doesn't it? Yeah, kind of shame to be cooped up in a train, honestly. It'd be a great day to check out the outdoor platform in the observation car. We should go later if we have time. Okay. Talk about... Should I do this? I feel like I probably should. Just checking on a few things. let's see. Let's do a quick recap. Okay, let me try to recap from the beginning. I found a woman crying in the back of the observation car after the train departed. We talked for a bit, then shared drinks in the lounge car. We agreed to meet for lunch, but when I went to find her, she was missing, and everyone who should have seen her is saying they didn't. It's like I'm the only person who remembers she exists at all. Oh, I hope she's okay. The woman. She was tall, had dark hair, was maybe in her late 20s or early 30s or so, and she was wearing a gray coat. I think her name began with an A, but other than that, I don't know. This is gonna sound dumb, but there was something just strange about her. She was beautiful, but sad and very distant, like she had the weight of the world on her shoulders. I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble, it's just, I'm worried about her. We talked about the witnesses. Well, the bartender definitely saw us together, even though he says he didn't. 3 other people were with us in the lounge car, an old man and 2 guys in polos. We passed a man and a woman on the way to the lounge car too. I swear they gave us a funny look. They're the only people I recall that may have seen us, though. The plan. Let's go to the lounge car and see if we can find any leads. Alright. Oh, wait, before we go, do you have your notepad? You should take it with you, just in case we learn anything important. Or if you get any ideas for your paper while we're out and about. Even now, still thinking about the term paper. Okay, I'll bring it. Note added. Whoa. Alright, we get a little glossary on people. My friend and other student on Martin's directed study trip to Vendreka. She's a near graduating senior, about 1 year older than me. I first met her my freshman year when my English professor encouraged me to go to the writing center for help on an essay I was working on. Emma was a student volunteer assigned to read my writing and offer feedback. I never considered myself a good writer, but she really believed in me, and my grade improved dramatically after I started following her advice. It's probably not an exaggeration to say that it's because of her that I wound up majoring in English literature. Anyway, we've been friends ever since, but she still sort of acts like she's my teacher, which is a little irritating. Okay. Ooh, the Vendreka Revolution. A period of Vendrekan history in which Vendrekan revolutionaries fought for independence against their occupying country. It ended about 40 years ago, but the effects of it are still deeply felt in the country. Vendreka. A small English-speaking European country. Em and I came to Vendreka as part of a directed study program under Professor Martin, focused on 20th century Vendrekan literature. Martin. Mine and Emma's professor. He's leading this directed study trip to Vendreka. Martin is originally from Vendreka, but moved out west following the Vendrekan Revolution about 40 years ago, eventually landing in America as an English literature professor. He has a reputation for being very strict and demanding. A lot of students take it as a personal challenge to try to impress him with their writing, but very few actually do. Emma's one of them, and I'm trying to be another. I haven't known him for very long, but Emma has studied with him for a couple of years. She swears by him, and I get the sense that he really values her as a pupil. But me, not so much. The missing woman? A woman Emma says she met shortly after the train departed. Nobody has seen her since, and strangely, nobody seems to remember her being on the train except for Emma. Emma described her as being in her late 20s or early 30s with dark hair, wearing a gray coat and a dress. Emma doesn't remember her name, but thinks it began with an A. Emma also said the woman seemed uneasy and that she didn't deserve Emma's kindness. This, understandably, has Emma kind of freaked out. I wonder what's going on here. Water. Need water. It is thirsty work just talking. I should probably get myself some tea after I finish reading through all these notes. According to Emma, there are a number of people who should have witnessed the missing woman. First, there's the bartender in the lounge car who served drinks to both Emma and the woman. He claims that Emma ordered drinks alone and that there was nobody else with her. Next, there was a couple that Emma and the woman ran into on their way to the lounge car that Emma says looked at them kind of funny. Emma spoke to them after realizing the woman was missing, and they, like the bartender, claimed there was no other woman. Finally, there are 3 other potential witnesses who Emma hasn't had a chance to talk to yet. 2 men wearing polos and an old man. Emma says they were in the lounge car at the same time as her, and the woman, but she hasn't found them to ask about it yet. And the stake trip. Emma and I came to Vendreka as part of the study abroad program under Professor Martin, to learn about 20th century Vendraken literature. Kind of a niche subject, but it's been interesting learning about such an unfamiliar culture. Martin was invited back to his home country by an old friend, a Vendraken senator named Gordon. I think it was Emma's idea to turn it into a study abroad trip, but I don't really know. If I'm being honest, I don't think that I belong on this trip. But Emma really wanted me to come. I didn't want to disappoint her by saying no, but frankly, I feel a bit out of my depth with the subject. And I'm a little concerned my term paper is going to be a disaster. I'm trying my best, but I get the sense that Martin doesn't think I should have come either. Okay. Ooh. E brings up the notepad. Helpful. Okay. Let's add a quick. Alright, that should help me get through all these voices. Alright. So, now we... click on my windows in the correct order. We go to the lounge car. Not a lot of people here, huh? Yeah, I don't recognize anyone. Let's ask around. Maybe somebody here knows something. We gonna check the area. So this is the lounge car. Looks like there's a bunch of comfy seating. Some booths and a bar in the back. Maybe I should come back here to relax after me and Emma figure out what's going on. Looks like someone's talking to the bartender. You know, I do wish that I had taken a break while there was actual music happening, but you know, what can you do? Let's do a discuss. This is where the woman and I drank tea together, Xerxes. It was in that booth right over there, on the left. There's just no way the bartender doesn't remember. He must have seen us. Well, maybe we can ask him again. He seems to be talking to someone, though. I think we can guess at who that somebody can be. Why introduce such a interesting detective if who are we talking to, Xerxes? There's nobody in front of us. Let's have a look around and see if there's anybody we should try speaking to. Thank you. Okay. Wait a second, is that... Well, 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 if isn't my favorite murder suspect, fancy meeting you here. Detective Daltrey, what are you doing here? Hey now, that's no way to greet an old friend, is it? And how are you doing, young lady? Oh, I'm okay, but Detective, what are you doing here? As usual, nobody's happy to see me, but that's okay, no hard feelings. Let's just say I boarded this train on a hunch. I'm still investigating the case from last night, you know. We came into some new evidence, and... It pointed you to this train. Wait, don't tell me. Is the killer on board? Whoa, 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 easy now. I'm not saying that. Granted, I'm not saying that, but no, that's not specifically why I'm here. We have reason to believe there's a connection between this train and the case. So rather than let opportunity pass me by, here I am. Hey, Xerxes, you don't think the woman I met has something to do with Daltrey's case, do you? I don't know. Can't hurt to ask him about it, though. Note added. Daltrey. I will read that later. Check Daltrey. It's Detective Daltrey. Can't exactly say I ever expected to see him again. Discuss. Let's ask the detective about the case, Xerxes. Hey, detective, what else have you learned about the case? I really can't tell you much. Things have gotten a bit complicated. Though, I guess I could at least talk about the things we've announced all publicly. Well, alright. I'll at least tell you this. We ID'd the victim overnight. Turns out he was a Genbrican... Genbrican? Turns out he was a Genbrican immigrant named Otto Keller. I'm kind of... This is obviously a very Ace Attorney-coded game. Now, that name just screams Ace Attorney pun to me. And all I see when I read that name is off to killer. I am off to kill somebody. I am off to kill her. That's crazy. Anyways, Otto Keller. As far as we can tell, he was nobody special, just one of thousands of immigrants among the population. No criminal report, nothing suspicious. A Genbrican immigrant named Otto Keller, huh? I need to pull this back out. Okay. Whoa. Click too far off to the right. Oh, jeez. About the case. The victim was a Genbrican immigrant named Otto Keller. Crime scene. I wasn't going to tell you this, but I feel like I owe you an explanation for why I kicked you off the scene last night. Right before I asked you to leave, we found something on the street that changed the tone of our investigation significantly. A small bullet. A bullet? Does that mean... Mm-hmm. And upon closer examination of the window fragments, we determined a gunshot is what likely shattered the glass. No gun was found at the scene, so there must have been someone else in that hotel room last night. It's hard to say for sure what happened in there. All we know is that the victim, Otto, didn't make it out alive. And somebody else got away. Gunbrica. So, Otto Keller was an immigrant from Ganbrika? That's right, you know Ganbrika, don't you? Of course we do, it's an important part of what we were studying. Vendrika and Ganbrika used to be one country which for decades was under a military occupation. At the end of the Vendrikan Revolution, the country was split between the east and west. The west side granted its independence as Vendrika, and the east side remains under occupation as Ganbrika to this day. Wow, you really know your stuff. Note added. Is that... okay. And extra exposition on the revolution, helpful. The train. I can't be too specific, but let's just say we have reason to believe Otto Keller was connected to this train. I'm here to find out why. Missing woman. I don't think I've seen any woman fitting that description. Why do you ask? Oh, it's a long story. I just haven't been able to find her since this morning, and nobody I've asked seems to remember seeing her. A missing woman, huh? That's peculiar. Well, I'll keep an eye out for her. I plan on speaking to just about everyone on this train, so I'm sure I'll see her eventually. Man, a couple dead bodies, a missing woman? What's going on these days? Yeah, man, it's nuts. Wait, what did he just say? Is it just me, or did he say a couple of dead bodies? Do you think he misspoke? I don't know, but now I'm really curious what's going on with the case. About the case. Detective, what did you mean by a couple of dead bodies? Huh? What? Did I say that? Yes, Detective, you did. I heard it too. Alright, you got me. Curse my big mouth. Fine, I'll tell you. This morning we discovered something that has turned this whole case on its head. Another murder victim. No way, another victim. Other murder. At about 5 o'clock this morning, a lawyer named Edison Maxwell was found dead in his home with a knife in his back. Jesus. That's some good tea. Edison Maxwell. I got no puns on that one. It was a very strange crime. Nothing appeared to have been stolen, nor was there any sign of a struggle. Just poor Maxwell, face first in his dinner plate. Oh, that's just awful. I agree. Such a waste of a good prime rib. Come on, man. I mean, I agree, but shit. I wouldn't shed a tear for old Maxwell, honestly. Rumors have floated around for years about him. Blackmail, forging evidence, financial scams, you name it. We were never able to nail him on anything, unfortunately, and now I guess we never will. Bummer, right? Okay, so somebody else was murdered, but what does that have to do with this case? We have 2 victims now. That's so helpful. Okay. Train. Keller. Discuss. Talk. What does this have to do with the hotel case? Aha! I'm glad you asked. So after a tiny bit of digging, we discovered Maxwell actually had a housekeeper. And his name was Otto Keller. The victim from the hotel. It's too early to say whether or not Keller was involved in Maxwell's murder, but, well, it sure is too strange to be a coincidence, isn't it? Another discuss? The detective was just talking to the bartender, right? I wonder what they were talking about. The bartender. Oh, him? I was just getting a beer. Aren't you working? What's that supposed to mean? Jeez, are all American college students this uptight? It's just one drink. I intend to speak to everyone on the train eventually as part of my investigation. He's a bit of an odd guy. Gives me the creeps if I'm being honest. A missing woman, huh? Okay, I guess there's nothing left to talk with Daltrey about. Well, it doesn't seem like he knows anything about her, but the new evidence in the case is fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, and a little eerie, honestly. It seems like it's even more serious than we realized. We should probably leave him to his investigation. I don't want to distract him. I don't know. He seems to have no problem finding ways to distract himself. That's just about all we know at this point. Huh, how about that? I said I couldn't tell you much, but I kinda told you a whole lot, didn't I? Oops. Well, anyway, it's fine. I trust you too. Just don't share anything I just told you, okay? I trust these two random Americans that I just met at this murder scene. Definitely the most trustworthy people I could have ever met. Anyways. We won't, Detective, thank you. Yeah, I should get back to work. I have quite a lot of people to speak to, and not a lot of time. So with that, I bid you farewell. Good luck finding your mystery woman. What do you think we should do now, Xerxes? I think it's about time we talk to the bartender. This man's face reminds me of a JoJo's character, and I can't remember which one. And I'm not about to go looking for them all, because that's a lot of characters to go searching through. What can I get you? Oh, nothing for me, if you don't mind. We wanted to ask you a few questions. Hello again. Ah, yes, the girl. Ask away. Oh. Gonna let this ride for a minute. Our drink selection is quite a bit more varied than what you see on display here. Many take interest in the various wines we have available, much of which is provided by a famous movie director. I heard he's funding his next film project almost entirely with the proceeds from his winery, as he couldn't secure funding any other way. Why we carry his products in such high volume, I couldn't say. Perhaps someone in the train company is a fan. I should probably give him a different voice than that. He doesn't really seem like a bit of a hip shooter. Let's see. Okay, maybe... This bartender looks kinda scary. Let's ask about drinks. We have a varied selection of both alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages here. Our tea in particular is quite popular. Would you like something? Bartender. You want to know about me? I mix drinks, I sell them, and then I watch. You watch? To make sure my customers are enjoying them, of course. Daltrey was right. This guy gives me the creeps. Yeah, the name change, the voice change was correct. The detective. That man said he's a detective. Is that true? Yeah, he's investigating a murder case. Murder, huh? I see. The missing woman. There was no woman. The girl came here by herself. He's lying again, Xerxes. I swear she was here. I believe you. It's just, why would he lie? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna change his mind, so maybe we should try asking him about something else. Maybe, but I kind of want to keep pressing him. The girl came to me, drank 1 cup of tea, drank it, and left. Only 2 other customers have ordered drinks today. If anyone else had gotten a drink with the girl, I'd know. It's been a slow day. I remember each transaction very clearly. The girl ordered a cup of tea. Sometime after she left, a woman came in and ordered a glass of wine. And just a moment ago, that man calling himself a detective ordered a beer. That's all. 3 drinks, no more, no less. Are you sure you're not forgetting any? My, such little faith in my recollection. See for yourself, this cash register keeps track of every transaction I make per day. The number goes up for each individual drink sold, and it quite clearly says 3. So he's saying this cash register tracks how many drinks he sold? Huh. Let me take a look at this. He is right, it says 3. I am losing her voice. Well, okay, so we know 3 drinks were sold, 1 to Emma, 1 to Daltrey, and 1 to some other woman that got a glass of wine. I wonder. Can you describe the woman who ordered the glass of wine? If you must know, she was a very glamorous woman in a sparkling purple dress. She was quite rude and boisterous. That doesn't sound anything like the woman Emma described, so I guess it wasn't her. I know what you're thinking, Xerxes, but there's no way that was her. Besides, both of us drink tea together. We didn't have any wine. Tea, huh? So, you serve tea here, yeah? Our tea is a very special blend made of ingredients native to Vendrika. It is well known for its delicate flavor, minty aroma, and its strength. Many experience a soporific effect when they drink too much, and subsequently report quite vivid dreams. Tell me, girl, did you experience such a phenomenon? That's, well, Yes, I did take a nap shortly after drinking it, but... I thought so. Even a small dose would be likely to cause drowsiness in a girl of your height and weight. Though I must admit, a dream so vivid you believe it was real, creating a woman in your mind. That, for me, is new, and will require further research. Research? Just what kind of experiments is this man running? What exactly did you mean by research? The tea I serve is of my own concoction. I've dedicated my life to the pursuit of creating exotic beverages. Therefore, when I create new formulas that require testing, my customers are my subjects. Is that legal? What exactly are you putting in these drinks? Huh. Relax, it's just tea. I'm not a pharmacist. My drinks are harmless and delicious. Would you like one? No, thank you. So be it. I've heard enough of this. I'm gonna go for a walk. I just need to clear my head a bit, I think. Poor Emma. That comment about the tea seems to have really bothered her. What if it was just a dream? No, there's just no way Emma would confuse a dream with reality. Think, what else can I ask this guy about? That's right, the other witnesses! Emma said there was an old man and a pair of guys in polos, right? Yes, I remember the men you speak of. The two men in polos left about an hour ago. They ordered no drinks, so I paid little attention to them. The old man also ordered no drinks, so I paid little attention to him as well. He has been gone for quite some time. I need to find out everything I can about the other witnesses. Is there anything else you can tell me about them? The men in polos were having quite a lively and irritating conversation about what I cannot say. The old man, however... Well, I shouldn't speculate. I'll just say he struck me as a tad out of place. Out of place? What does that mean? I saw them, but they were no longer here. I think that's just about all I'm gonna get out of this guy. I wonder where Emma went. Probably best not to bother her for now. The only thing left to check is the couple Emma said she ran into with the woman on their way here earlier. They were in a cabin near the observation car, right? Maybe I'll go check it out. Okay. Let's have a quick notes roundup. Okay, there's a lot of things to check out now. The Vendrikan Revolution. Okay, all new information in red. That is super helpful. In the conclusion to the revolution, the western half of Vendreka gained its independence, but the eastern half, now called Ganbrika, remains under occupation to this day. Ganbrika? A small European country directly east of Vendreka. Prior to the Vendrikan Revolution, Ganbrika was a part of Vendreka, and both were under military occupation by a neighboring country. This changed at the conclusion of the revolution when Ganbrika split from Vendreka. Vendreka gained independence, but Ganbrika remains under occupation to this day. Otto Keller. The man who was killed at the hotel we were staying at in Vendreka the other night. He fell from the window of a room on the 5th floor. According to Daltrey, Otto was a Ganbrecan immigrant who worked as a housekeeper for a lawyer named Edison Maxwell. Maxwell was found dead in his home not long after Otto was killed. His name... You know what? I figured out a joke with his name. It's a little ironic. He is no longer well to the max for being dead. I apologize. Daltrey says Otto was connected to this train somehow, so they must have found some evidence to suggest that. Was he planning on taking a trip to London before he died? Edison Maxwell. A lawyer who was found killed in his home not long after the murder at the hotel the other night. Daltrey says Maxwell was a pretty shady character, involved in many illegal activities. The police were never able to charge him with anything, but, well, they'll never get a chance to now. The victim from the hotel, Otto Keller, worked for Maxwell as a housekeeper. It can't be a coincidence that both of them were killed, right? Daltrey. A police detective. He's investigating a murder that took place at the hotel we stayed at the other night. He doesn't really act much like a policeman. He's very aloof and kind of absent-minded. Maybe I'm just missing something. So it turns out Daltrey's case involves 2 murders now. The victim from the hotel, Otto Keller, is connected to a lawyer who was found dead named Maxwell. Otto apparently had some connection to this train, so Daltrey came on board to investigate. And the bartender. I swear this man looks like a JoJo's character. Maybe it's just like... the very heavy shading on the lips. The bartender working in the lounge car in the train. He claims that the missing woman Emma is talking about never existed. He claims that only 3 drinks were sold the morning that Emma supposedly shared tea with a missing woman. He says he sold 1 cup of tea to Emma, 1 glass of wine to another woman, and a beer to Detective Daltrey. His cash register, which tracks the number of sales that are made per day, very clearly said 3. This guy is an absolute creep. Lord knows what he's putting in his experimental tea blends. Still though, why would he lie about never seeing the missing woman? He's definitely hiding something from us. Alright. Back to my room. Oh, it is now evening. Well, I've checked every other nearby cabin. This has to be the one. Suite 21. Don't know who this is, don't know what they sound like. Come on, there has to be something. Wait, I recognize that voice. Emma? Oh, hi Xerxes, what brings you here? I was just investigating. Oh, cool! Mia, too! Are you going through these people's things? What? No, it's not what it looks like, Xerxes. You see, this is the cabin that couple I mentioned was in, right? I was going to talk to them again, but they weren't here, and you know, the door was open, so... Okay, fine, it's exactly what it looks like, but Xerxes, I swear those 2 are hiding something. When me and that woman were on our way to the lounge car, the couple in this cabin gave us a really strange look. Like they were surprised. I'm certain they recognized her. Well, Xerxes, I know I shouldn't be doing this, I'm just looking for any evidence that she exists at all. It wasn't just a dream, I'm sure of it. Oh, Emma. Okay, I'll help you look, but let's make this quick before we get caught. Are you sure? I feel bad for dragging you into this. Let's just hurry up before they come back. Okay. Let's keep looking, Xerxes. Okay, check the area. This room looks very expensive. It's like a whole suite. Whoever these people are, they must be pretty rich to be able to afford a cabin like this. Okay, let's check the top hat. Is this a top hat? You know, there were a lot of men wearing hats like this in Vendrake, weren't there? It was like we time-traveled back to the 1940s. I think it's cute. Men should go back to wearing hats in America, don't you think? Sure, but doesn't this hat look a little, I don't know, stupid? You should try it on. I bet you'd look great. I think we should hurry up and find some real evidence instead. Okay, you're right, but you're also no fun. What is that? Ooh, playing cards. Looks like a deck of playing cards. This looks like a bottle of aspirin. We deny that. I love having to do modding. Looks like a bottle of aspirin. It's a painting of a young couple in a garden. Oh, what a beautiful painting! Such a passionate depiction of young love. The brush strokes make it look impressionistic. This was probably painted in the late 1800s or early 1900s. Since when were you such an art enthusiast? Oh, I'm not really. I just took an art history course my freshman year as a breadth requirement. It was fun though, and now I can trick people into thinking I'm super cultured whenever I see fine art. Well, you could have fooled me. Kind of an odd place for a mirror, but it sure does look fancy. Pretty comfy looking couch. Look at the size of that bed. I can't believe this even fits in the train. Alright, I think I've looked at everything I can oh, check out the flowers. It's just a potted plant. Alright, I've looked at pretty much everything I possibly can, outside of the very obvious place to find evidence. It's a jewelry box. Oh my, I wonder what kind of jewelry is in here. It could be worth a fortune. Kind of careless to just leave this out in the open. Yeah, they're lucky it's just us in here and not actual thieves. We shouldn't be in here either, Emma. Wait, what? Xerxes, what are you doing? Don't just open it. I didn't. The train hit a bump or something. It opened on its own. Oh, is that right? I'm serious. Don't. But you know, now that it's open, I guess we could take a quick look. What? This isn't jewelry? A bunch of random playing cards. Do you think they come from the deck on the table there? Maybe. Well, what are they doing in the jewelry case? I don't know, but it's awfully strange. I wonder if there's something significant about these cards in particular. Xerxes, make a note of which cards are in the case. Maybe it'll come in handy later. I can't imagine this will be helpful, but alright, sure, whatever makes you happy, Emma. Alright, done. Now let's close it back up, just to be safe. What the We found 8 playing cards in a jewelry box in the wealthy couple's cabin. They were as follows. 8 of spades, 5 of diamonds, jack of clubs, 3 of hearts, king of spades, 2 of clubs, queen of diamonds, ace of hearts. I wonder why these cards in particular were put away in there. Let's check. There's something shiny there. Okay. Playing cards are fine. That couch looks pretty cozy. Is it just me, or is there something shiny in between the cushions? Let's take a look. Oh, you're right. This looks like a wedding ring, maybe? This must belong to one of them. You think so? I don't know. I have a hard time believing a married person would drop their ring so carelessly. Maybe we should take a closer look at it. Take ring. Alright, let's take a closer look at this ring here. Inspect the ring. It looks like there's an engraving on the inside. It's in a language I don't recognize, though. Let me see. I think this is Vendrake's native language. But Vendrake is an English-speaking country, isn't it? Yes, but historically, before the country's occupation, it had its own language that the majority of the citizens spoke. It's sort of obsolete now, though. I wonder what it says. Helpful. Let's do a discussion. Oh, I know what we should do. Let's show this ring to Professor Martin. I'm sure he could translate it for us. But what if the couple finds out we took it? Oh, come on, Xerxes. It was wedged between two couch cushions. They probably didn't even know it was there. If it turns out it's theirs, we'll just return it later and say we found it somewhere else on the train. It'll be fine. I have to know what this ring says. It may be our only clue. Alright. I'll hold on to it. Now let's get out of here, quick. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Hello, sir. We were just, leaving, we got lost and, What's with this guy? Isn't he gonna say anything? Monty, dear, can you get me an aspirin? My head is pounding. What's this? We have guests? Oh, hello again. Oh, it's you. Didn't I already tell you I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about? What are you doing in our cabin? That's, fucking... What great options. You see, we just, What's that, dear? You're saying you invited these two into our cabin? Huh? Oh, Monty, what am I going to do with you? Surely you could at least be a bit more discerning when selecting guests. What's that supposed to mean? Anyway, did he just cover for us? I don't know why he would, but thanks, Monty. We're sorry to bother you, but would you mind if we asked you a couple of questions? We're trying to solve a mystery. Oh, I really am in no mood for an interrogation. Monty dear, where is that aspirin? Monty, please, where is the aspirin? I simply cannot stand this headache any longer. I wonder what this guy's deal is. She's being awfully dramatic about this headache. So these are the people who can afford this ridiculous room. They must be absolutely loaded. Is she okay? You don't remember where you put the bottle? Oh, Monty, what am I supposed to do? Oh, my head, what am I to do? Is there an aspirin bottle in here somewhere? Let's give this to her before she collapses. Don't show the ring. We found the aspirin bottle. Oh, you did! Quickly give it to me! Oh, you're a lifesaver. What would I have done without you? I don't know, look a little to your left, maybe? Oh, I'm feeling better already. I suppose looks aren't everything. You were actually somewhat helpful. You said you wanted to ask us some questions, yes? I suppose we can spare some of our time, but please, make it quick. My name is Veda, and this is my husband Monty. What do you want? Let's check Monty. His outfit sure is interesting. But why isn't he saying anything? This woman seems like a real piece of work. You mind your manners around me, young man. Nothing to worry about there, lady. Would you mind not ogling my husband? It's quite unsettling. Sorry, I was just, admiring his hat. Oh, is that right? Yeah, I think it looks cool. More men should wear hats like that, don't you think? Are you making fun of me? Yes. Yes, I am. Alright. Let's talk about... the missing woman. I already told the young lady. Monty and I haven't haven't any idea what she's talking about. Welcome in, Momochi. Not going too bad. How is your night going? I have been, wrecking my throat voice acting. That is going to take a while before it actually scrolls. So let's try and move that up a little bit. That doesn't seem to have helped in the slightest. This music is very fun. Are you a real human being? Who knows? Oh, I'm out of tea. That's a shame. Why are your eyes burning? What is this purple noob? Alright. I already told the young lady Monty and I haven't any idea what she's talking about. Monty. Monty, was it? Okay. So, what do you do, Miss Veda? What do I do? Oh, what an insipid question. A woman of my stature has no need to work for a living. It would be embarrassing. Not that the two of you would understand. You both look distinctly middle class. This is exhausting. What do you mean, who am I asking? I'm asking you. You said your eyes are burning. I am asking you why your eyes are burning, Momoichi. We're gonna ask about the train. My husband and I are going on a holiday to London. Monty doesn't like flying, so we're taking the train. Okay. Hey, Veda, did you by any chance get a glass of wine in the lounge car earlier? What's it to you if I had a glass of wine? Can't I have a drink without being under surveillance? I'm sorry, I was just, curious. I'm assuming you mean VTuber with VT there? Are you an artist or a rigger? Humph. If you must know. Yes, I ordered a glass of white wine, the finest Chardonnay they had on offer. That dreadful bug-eyed bartender tried to offer me some other swill, but I simply won't drink anything else. Okay. Nice. How's that going for you? Let's do a quick discuss. What are these two hiding? Do you remember seeing Emma earlier? Oh, is that her name? Other than the time she so rudely interrupted our lunch to interrogate us with nonsensical questions, no, I can't say I do. But... Oh, do you disagree? Are you calling me a liar, young lady? Good job. From what I understand, rigging is a lot of work. Thank you. It is of my own design. Well, not my own design, as in I drew it. In fact, the link to the artist is currently on screen. But this is my own original concept of a half-dryad, half-dragon. A dryad researcher who is working on a way to become a dragon. Yeah, the artist Stamlex did a fantastic job bringing it to life. I've got a few extra poses on commission currently. So when I'm talking, I won't just be a static bouncing image. But this is working very well so far. Okay. Now that there is a little bit... so I didn't go for a VTuber model, simply because I didn't want to put in the, like... what am I trying to say? The... facial puppetry required in order to do a proper, VTuber. So I went for a PNG instead, which gives me a lot more freedom to just hang out and talk without needing to really animate my face and give that as a performance, you know? I can make the PNG do all the work for me. Oh, do you disagree? Are you calling me a liar, young lady? No, ma'am. I'm sorry. It's all right, dear. It isn't your fault you weren't taught any manners as a child. I forgive you. Ignore her, Emma. Momochi, how many VTubers have you done? Let's see. Let's do a discuss. We are still hiding things. Can we... Yeah, okay. Can we... Damn, you're putting in work! Congratulations, that is a lot of art and a lot of work. A lot of rigging. I should tread carefully around this jewelry box. I don't want her to get the idea that we're here to steal from her. Are any of the, VTubers you've done, this probably sounds bad, but like... Okay. Words, questions. Oh, it is 9 o'clock. Asking question. of when the VTubers that you've done so far, like, how popular are they? Would they be people I might recognize? Probably not, because I'm not super deep into the VTuber sphere, but you know. Figured I'd ask the question. Monty, is everything okay? You haven't spoken since you got here. Oh, you're wasting your time, dear. Monty doesn't speak. He doesn't speak? Correct. Monty prefers to leave all the talking to me. Isn't that right, darling? If he doesn't speak, then how do I know what he's thinking? Dear, when you've been in a relationship for as long as us two, you don't need words to understand each other. Monty and I are a team. Perhaps someday you'll learn what it means to truly be in love. Like the two of us. I wonder how much her idea of true love involves expensive jewelry. Astro Train? I'll have to check them out later. See, what kind of work you've done. Because that is real cool. Okay, what else? Can we continue talking about Monty? Monty, what do you do? What do you do for a living? It's none of your business how my husband makes his money. Ignore him, Monty. Discuss? I was just thinking, what if we asked them about the ring? Are you sure? If Ada knows we took something, she'll flip out. Yeah, but I have a feeling that ring doesn't belong to them. Both of them are wearing wedding rings already. Let's just pretend we found it somewhere else. Whatever they say about it might be useful. Alright, let's show off that ring. Hey, did either of you two lose a wedding ring? We found this in one of the train cars and... Lose a wedding ring? Don't be ridiculous, dear. Monty and I would never be so careless with the symbol of our eternal love. Nor would I ever be caught dead with a ring that cheap. Whoever bought that must have gotten it from a homeless person outside the jewelry store. If Monty proposed to me with that disgraceful piece of junk, I'd have dumped him on the spot. Of course, Monty would never have done such a thing. He knows what I'm worth. Isn't that right, darling? Okay. An offer, you say? Alright, that's enough. It's getting late. Monty and I need to get ready for bed. Did we answer your questions to your satisfaction? Will you leave us alone now? Yes, thank you. Thank you, Miss Vera. You're quite welcome. It's not often I'm this generous with my time, you know. You should feel lucky. Oh, we do, Miss Vera. Very lucky indeed. Don't be snarky now. It's quite unbecoming of a young lady like yourself. Now, both of you, out! I don't know about you, but I'm starting to get a headache now. Um... overlays are something that I'm not too concerned about right now. I am just a hobbyist streamer. Um, I'll worry about that when, I don't know. I do this more often. Are you alright, Emma? I'm sorry we didn't get much more information. It's okay, Xerxes. We didn't leave completely empty-handed, right? Yeah, the ring. Uh, like I said, I don't really need all the bells and whistles right now. In fact, I do have a just chatting section right here, which works perfectly well for a be right back or a stream starting. So thank you for the offer, but I am not in the market right now. Let's go talk to Professor Martin before it gets too late. If nothing else, he can at least help us translate the engraving. Oh, and Xerxes, let's not mention anything about the missing woman. I don't want to burden him with it, too. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like he seemed a bit tired lately. We should try not to disturb him for too long. Sure, no problem. Professor Martin, he's probably reading in his cabin or something. After everything we've been through today, I think it'll be nice to have a friendly face for a change. I hope this helps Emma feel better. She'd never admit it, but I can tell she's pretty upset. Let's go to Martin's cabin. Oh, it is nighttime. Yes, who is it? Oh, Emma, Xerxes, come in, come in. I haven't seen you both all day. How are you doing? We're good. How about you? Have you been enjoying the ride? Yes, I've settled in quite comfortably. This has given me the chance to catch up on some reading and the time to grade some papers for my other classes. Why don't you both have a seat? We haven't had much time to talk these past few days. I'd love to hear your thoughts on our trip. Sure, come on, Xerxes. Yeah, sure. I guess the ring can wait a bit. So, what did the two of you think of our trip? Did you have a nice time? Oh, it was wonderful! Vendreka is so beautiful. The natural landscape is unlike anything I've ever seen before. Ah, I'm glad you think so. I've always felt my country's natural beauty was among its greatest strengths. And you, Xerxes? What did you think of your time in Vendreka? Oh, yeah, I agree. It was beautiful, and those hot dogs were unreal. Ah, yes. Well, I hope you know I'm expecting great term papers from both of you. This trip was more than just a vacation, after all. Ugh, that answer. You can count on us, Professor. I've already begun drafting my paper, and I'm sure Xerxes has as well. Yeah. Professor, can I ask you something about Vendrake? It's for my paper. Yes, of course. What would you like to know? Before our trip, you emphasized to Xerxes and I the importance of the Vendraken Revolution. But when we visited the Vendraken History Museum, there was barely any material about it on display at all. It's true that some 40 years ago the country we now call Vendrake was split in two, with the west side gaining its independence as Vendrake, and the east side, now called Ganbrika, maintaining under military occupation, correct? Yes, that is correct. This period of Vendraken history seems so critical. Shouldn't it have been more of a focus of the exhibit? A very astute question, Emma. Truth be told, I hoped that one of you might have noticed this peculiarity. For all of Vendrake's virtues, the reality is that my country has something of a troubled past, of which the revolution was a part. I should know, after all, I was there. Did you participate in the revolution, Professor? Well, I was about your age at the time it took place, so it was hard not to get swept up in all of the activity. The revolution's goals were admirable. We wished to be free from the occupation that had plagued us for centuries. And, regrettably, the only way that point could be heard was through violent insurrection. Our occupiers' military force was strong, but so too was the will of my people. Eventually, to stop the violence, both parties agreed to compromise. Though it's this compromise that I feel was my country's biggest mistake. In the years since the country was split in two, Vendrake has prospered. Quality of life is better than it has ever been. The citizens live well and are happy, but the same cannot be said of Ganbrika. In the intervening years, Ganbrika has become a desolate place. Not only does it remain under occupation, but violence and poverty are the norm for its people. The compromise was never supposed to be the end. Ganbrika's independence was always intended to come close behind, but the truth is, in pursuit of peace and independence, Vendrake abandoned Ganbrika. And to this day, the prevailing viewpoint on the subject is to look the other way. That's unbelievable. Of course, not all Vendrakens choose to live in ignorance. In recent years, many of the country's leaders have worked to make Vendrake a welcoming place for Ganbrikan refugees. Among them is Senator Gordon, my old friend. Oh yeah, it was Senator Gordon who invited you back to Vendrake to visit, right? This trip wouldn't have happened without him. That is correct. I hadn't seen him for some 40 years. This whole trip has been quite nostalgic for me, I must admit. You know, I've been wondering, why did you move to America, Professor? Well, as much as I do love my home country, my passion has always been for English literature as well as teaching. After finishing my undergraduate degree, I promptly moved to London to continue my studies. I eventually accepted a teaching position at the University of London, and was later offered further opportunities in America. Next thing I knew, I'd been away from home for nearly 40 years. My, how time flies. Anyway, since I've been gone, I've of course kept up with the political situation in my home country. I thought it would be illuminating for you both to see it firsthand. Prosperity often comes with a price, and for Vendrake, that price was Ganbrika. Never forget that it is our responsibility not to turn a blind eye to the plight of our neighbors, even if doing so is the path of least resistance. I'm thankful that leaders like Senator Gordon have worked tirelessly to welcome Ganbrikan refugees into Vendrake with open arms. And I dream of a day that reunification of our countries can be realized. Wow, the political situation in Vendrika is more complicated than I thought. Of course, Emma picked up on it right away. She's so much more perceptive than I am. It's no wonder Martin likes her so much. Meanwhile, all I can think to say is how much I liked those stupid hot dogs. Ugh, such an idiot. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask, is this a photo album on the table, Professor? Hmm? Oh yes, I was just looking through it earlier, reminiscing. Most of the photos are from when I was Most of the photos are from when I was a student in Vendreka. I suppose I was right around your age. Do you mind if we take a look? Not at all, though these photos are so old, I wonder if you'll even recognize me. It's you. It's you right there. Well, what do you think? Can you tell which one's me? Whose face looks most like Martin's? It's you. It's gotta be him, right? Wow, don't tell me. Is this you, Professor? In the middle? Very perceptive, Emma. Yes, that is me. You don't look that much different. Your hair's just a little messier now. Damn, she beat me to it. Who are the other two people in the photo? On the left is Senator Gordon, though back then he was just a political science student. And next to me on the right is our old friend Mayor, another literature student. Oh, did you visit Mayor on the trip as well? In a sense, yes. Mayor was killed about a year after this photo was taken, during an uprising. Oh my, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's alright. It's all in the past now. I was able to visit his grave to visit my respects. I was able to visit his grave to pay my respects. He was a great friend, and I'm glad I knew him when I did. As I said, as much as the revolution was necessary for our country's freedom, it was not without sacrifices. It is of course important to fight for our ideals, but in practice, revolution is a violent business. And I pray that none of my students will ever have to experience anything like it. Damn. Martin's really been through a lot, hasn't he? Well, it is getting rather late. I'm going to get ready for bed. Thank you for talking with me, you two. I hope the conversation was illuminating. Thanks, Professor. Have a good night. Wait, Emma, we had something we wanted to show Professor Martin, right? That's right. I almost completely forgot. What's this? You have something to show me? Okay. Hey, Professor, we found this ring on the train. There's an engraving on it, but we think it's in Vendragon, so we're not sure what it says. Would you be able to translate it for us? A ring? Sure, let me take a look. Well, you're right, this is definitely Vendragon, though the style of the engraving suggests an Eastern influence. If I had to guess, I'd say this ring comes from Ganbrika. The engraving says, "To my beloved Ak." Or I suppose AK. That would make a lot more sense. To my beloved AK? Didn't Emma say the woman she met had a name that began with A? You said you found this on the train? As it appears to be a wedding ring. Quite a devastating thing to lose. Oof. Yeah, we've been trying to find who it belongs to. Well, whoever is this ring's owner, they can't have gone far. You'll have plenty of time to search for them tomorrow. Could I have the ring back, Professor? Hmm? Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you for the translation, Professor. Of course! It's been quite some time since I've read Van Drake in writing. It reminds me of my childhood. We won't take up any more of your time, Professor. Thanks again. Think nothing of it. Good night, you two. And good night, Professor. Hey, Xerxes. How about we go back to your cabin for a bit? I want to talk about what we found out today. Sure. Okay. Go to Xerxes' cabin. Man, I'm exhausted. How much has happened today? I can hardly keep track of it all in my head. Tell me about it. Maybe you should go over everything we found out today to see where we're at. Good idea. Oh, I know. How about I quiz you? Quiz me? What do you mean? Yeah, why not? I want to see if you've really been paying attention. Oh, yeah, I mean, do I have to? Oh, come on, Xerxes, it'll be fun. Just let me know. Just let me know when you're ready. It's fine if you want to relax for a bit before we get into it, though. Oh god, I have to go through all my notes again. Okay. Well, this sure wasn't how I expected to be spending this train ride, but I have to admit, investigating a mystery with Emma has been a lot of fun. I know I should be thinking about my term paper, but... What's up? Hey, is everything alright? Huh? Oh, I'm sorry, I was just thinking about Martha. Martha? Martha? Who's that? My puppy! Haven't I ever mentioned her? I haven't been back to my parents' place in a while. I miss her. Do you have any pets, Xerxes? Well, we had a turtle when I was a kid. He was my buddy. Aw, what was his name? My parents let me name him, and I named him Tom. Tom the Turtle, huh? Laugh all you want. Tom and I had something special. You wouldn't get it. Cute. Term paper. Still looking for ideas, huh? Try not to stress out about it too much, Xerxes. Something will come to you. It always does. You're gonna quiz me, huh? She really enjoys playing teacher, doesn't she? Well, alright, I'll humor her if it makes her happy. Do you want to listen to something with the boombox? Maybe, but I don't have any tapes or CDs with me, do you? Oh, no, I guess I don't. Oh, doesn't this thing connect to the radio too? We should try listening to it. Maybe we can pick up some interesting local stations. Radio. Alright, let's have a listen. The tune takes me back to my youth, when I first heard them on the new Blue Thistle exam. That's history right there. Sadly, our time tonight has come to an end. I got one more tune for you before we sign off. Dig this. This is a groovy old number by the High Windows called Now's Not the Time from their 1971 album, Lady Killer Underrated Record. Have a great night, all you cats and dogs. This has been The Watchman, and you're listening to 102.5 The Croak. Excuse me, what was that achievement called? Here, now's not the time on the radio. Alright, alright, alright. This is a pretty nice song. Sounds like something my dad would listen to. It's just... Oh. Let this groove for a minute. Alright. That is enough vibing and grooving. Let's... oh my god, that's a lot of notes to review. Holy shit. Alright. We're gonna finish off the stream by reviewing our notes and then doing our quiz. Which hopefully shouldn't take too much longer. Martin opened up to us about his past history. He was a college student during the Vendrican Revolution. One of his friends, Mayer, lost his life in the conflict. Based on what Emma has told me, Martin is a very private person and doesn't talk about himself or his past much. I'm not surprised, given how difficult it must have been for him in those days. Still, I wonder if he is or was ever married. Or if he has any kids. My guess is no. He seems like a bit of a loner to me. An old friend of Martin's and a current Vendrican senator. It's because of his invite that the study trip happened in the first place. According to Martin, one of Gordon's goals as a senator is to improve conditions for Cambrican immigrants in Vendrica and to work towards reunification of the two countries. An old friend of Martin's from his college days. He was killed in a skirmish during the Vendrican Revolution. Both him and Martin were literature students. Okay, this weird man. Veda's husband. He's traveling in one of the most expensive cabins on the train. According to Emma, Veda and Monty gave her and the missing woman a funny look earlier. Emma thinks they recognize the missing woman, but like everyone else, Veda's saying she has no idea what Emma's talking about. Monty is a bit of a mystery. According to Veda, he doesn't speak at all. When we asked about what he did for a living, Veda shut us down. I wonder what his story is. Monty's wife, she's traveling in one of the most expensive cabins on the train. According to Emma, Veda and Monty gave her and the missing woman a funny look earlier. Blah 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 blah. She's kind of a piece of work. Vain, elitist, likes flaunting her wealth and belittling people. I wonder how Monty ended up with someone like her. She confirmed to us that she got a glass of white wine, Chardonnay, from the lounge car. That all checks out with the bartender's story. Ganbrika has not fared well since the end of the revolution, according to Martin. Most of its people live in poverty, and the fighting hasn't stopped, making it a very dangerous place to live. According to Martin, the split between Vendrika and Ganbrika was a compromise made between the revolutionaries and the occupiers. It was only a partial victory. And in the years since, Vendrika has essentially abandoned Ganbrika, meaning the latter country has become a desolate and dangerous place while the former has thrived. A wedding ring we found wedged between some couch cushions in Veda and Monty's cabin. There's an inscription on it written in what Emma thinks is Vendrika's native language. It doesn't appear to belong to either Veda or Monty, so we're not sure whose it is or why it was in their cabin. Martin translated the inscription for us. It reads, "To my beloved A.K." Emma did say that the missing woman's name began with an A, so I assume it's possible this ring belongs to her. Alright. Let's do our review. Am I ready? Let's relax for a bit. Tom the Turtle, you funny Xerxes. Alright. Let's do the quiz. Whoa. Alright, let's start at the beginning. I met a woman in the observation car this morning. We shared a drink in the lounge car, then agreed to meet for lunch, but when I tried to find her a few hours later, she was missing, and everyone I spoke to acted like she never existed in the first place. So I came to you for help. We decided we'd try to find her, and went to the lounge car to look for clues. The first thing we did was run into Detective Daltrey. Right, that was a surprise. He's continuing his investigation from last night, the murder at the hotel. Do you remember what he said the name of the victim was? That was Otto Keller. Yep, that's right. The man who was killed at the hotel was a Gambrican immigrant named Otto Keller. Apparently, there was some connection between him and this train. But that isn't even the craziest part. It turns out Otto Keller was also working as a housekeeper for another man who was found dead early this morning. Some shady lawyer named Edison Maxwell. He was alone at his dinner table with a knife at his back. How gruesome. I wonder what all of this has to do with the train. It kind of scares me, honestly. What about you? What do you think about the detective's case? Let's see. The bottom option is definitely not correct. I want to know what Otto was doing at our hotel last night. Now that you mention it, it's pretty freaky how this case seems to be following us. First a hotel, now a train. I sure hope it doesn't follow us onto our plane home, too. At any rate, Daltrey didn't seem to know anything about the missing woman, so we talked to the bartender next. That creep was insistent that his experimental tea blend made me hallucinate the woman's existence. I thought I was going crazy. To be honest, Emma, you did go a little crazy, what with sneaking into someone else's room and all. That's not funny, Xerxes. I'm not proud of that, you know, and besides, you're skipping ahead. The bartender told us he only sold 3 drinks this morning, which was confirmed by the cash register's records. Do you remember what drinks he said were ordered? A tea, a wine, and 1 beer. Exactly. He said I got a cup of tea, but only 1, and that was by myself. He said a different woman got a glass of wine, which we later learned was Veda, and that Detective Daltrey got a beer. So that's all 3 drinks accounted for, and none left for the missing woman to have had. It makes no sense. Anyway, speaking of Veda, I was certain that her and Monty saw me and the woman on our way to the lounge car earlier. After leaving the lounge car, I went back to their cabin to talk to them again, but they weren't there. And you decided to let yourself in. Correct. Then you joined me and we searched their cabin for clues, which led us to a lost wedding ring. Can you recall exactly where we found the ring? It was right there. Exactly. It was wedged between the cushions in their cabin's couch. I wonder how it got there. It had an engraving in Vendraken, so we thought we'd ask Martin to translate it for us, but before we could leave, Veda and Monty came back. Veda and Monty came back. Have I... Okay, no. Yeah, I have so many thoughts about our conversation with them. I don't even know where to start. Well, what do you think? Did anything in our conversation with them strike you as interesting or noteworthy? Oh, a couple of these are very noteworthy. I'm not allowed to do a quick save, which is very rude. I don't think this matters as much. This seems strikingly weird. Yeah, it was almost like he was covering for us. We'd have been in big trouble if he didn't. I really want to know more about him. He seems so mysterious. Veda wouldn't even let us know what he does for a living. At any rate, Veda denied ever seeing the woman, as expected. She kicked us out, and that was that. And then finally, we talked to Professor Martin. He told us all about Vendrake's complicated political history. How the East and West were split during the Revolution, and how Vendrake has prospered, while their neighbors in Ganbrika suffer. He also showed us an old picture of him and his friends from his college days. It's so hard to believe he was our age once. He was pictured with 2 of his friends. Do you remember the name of the one on the right? The literature student? That was Mayer. Yeah, it was Mayer. He was apparently killed during the revolution. It must have been so hard for Martin to lose his friend like that. Anyway, before we left, we had Martin translate the engraving on the ring for us. So for my last question, what were the initials on the ring? It said to my beloved, what? Oh. That would be A.K. Ack. Yep, that was it. To my beloved A.K. So, where does this leave us? Well, I know that the woman's name began with an A, so I suppose it's possible that she's the A.K. written on this ring. Can you remember if she was wearing a wedding? Oh man, I'm losing it. Can you remember if she was wearing a wedding ring when you met her? No, I don't remember, but if we operate under the assumption that this is her ring, that means at some point she lost it in Veda and Monty's cabin. I definitely get the sense that Veda was hiding something from us, and I wouldn't put it past someone like her to lie. We still don't have all that much to go on, though. At this point, the ring is the only clue. Yeah, but at least it's something, right? You know, Xerxes, for a minute there, I really thought I was going crazy. I thought maybe that creepy bartender was right, and it was just a vivid dream. If I'm being honest, I'm still not entirely sure what to believe, but... well, that ring gives me some hope, at least. It may turn out this was all a waste of time, but as long as there's a small chance she's real, I don't want to stop searching until I'm sure she's okay. Thank you for helping me today, Xerxes. I'm so sorry I dragged you into this. I understand if you don't want to pursue it any further. You should really be using this time to plan your term paper. I know I shouldn't distract you anymore, so I think I'll... First thing tomorrow morning, we should try to find the other 3 witnesses. You said there was an old man and 2 men in polos that should have seen you and this woman together, correct? Yes, that's right. The bartender confirmed to me that they were there, so I think we're bound to run into them at some point. We should keep an eye on Veda and Monty too, like you said. If that is her ring, then those two must know more than they're letting on. For now, though, I think we should get some sleep. I have a feeling tomorrow is going to be a long day, so I'll want to be nice and well rested. Does that sound good? Yeah, that sounds great. What's so funny? You know, Xerxes, you've really changed a lot since we first met. Have I? Mm-hmm. I know it's only been a few years, but you've really grown up in that time, you know? To think you were just barely out of high school when I started tutoring you at the writing center. Oh no, anything but this. Come on, will you stop? You're barely a year older than me. I know. You just always seemed like such a baby to me back then. Please, make it stop. I'm sorry, that probably sounds so patronizing. My point is, it's been a long time since then, and, well... oh, I don't know. You've just come a long way, you know? I guess. It doesn't really feel like it, though. I don't think Martin thinks that highly of me, if I'm being honest. What makes you say that? I don't know, I just don't think I've impressed him at all. Not like you. I wouldn't worry about it, Xerxes. He just hasn't known you long enough. He hasn't had time to seeing you what I do. Yeah, I know he can be pretty unforgiving, but I truly believe he's the best teacher I've ever had. I want you to learn as much from him as I have. I just know that your term paper is going to blow him away. Really, I believe in you. Thanks, Emma. I'll see you in the morning, Xerxes. Bright and early. We don't have a moment to lose. She's waiting for us to find her, after all. Good night. Night. He hasn't had time to see in you what I do. What do you see in me, Emma? She acts like she's my mom, so proud of her little student, it's humiliating. Ugh, what am I even doing here? How'd I let Emma talk me into this? I'm completely out of my depth. Martin can see right through me. You can tell I'm nothing like her. Everything comes so easily to her. Never a problem she can't solve. She faces everything with that same confident, cheery attitude. It's so annoying. To my beloved AK, huh? Emma, I won't let you down. Okay. Chapter 3 sounds like a perfect opportunity to take a break. This is such a good render outside the train. What time is it? 10 o'clock? Huh. I figured Emma would have woken me up by now. Xerxes? Xerxes, are you awake? Speak of the devil. Yeah, come in. Xerxes, Xerxes, we have a problem. Whoa, slow down, what's going on? It's the ring, It's missing, Xerxes. It's missing? Yes, I put it on my bedside table right before I went to sleep, but when I woke up, it was gone. Are you sure you didn't drop it? Could it have fallen on the floor? I thought so too, but I've been looking all over my cabin for almost an hour. I swear it's like it just disappeared. Yep, okay. There is no save option until I get to options. Awesome. Oh, Xerxes, what are we going to do? That was our only evidence. We have nothing to go on now. Hold on, Emma. Even if we don't have the ring, we still know what was written on it, and we still have some leads to chase. Let's not panic. We can still continue investigating without the ring. Maybe you're right. Oh, it's just so frustrating. How could I have lost it? This is really weird. Emma wouldn't be so careless as to lose something as important as that ring. Is it possible somebody took it while she was sleeping? Who even knew she had it, other than Martin and Veda and Monty? Let's not worry about it right now. We only have 2 days left to investigate, so we need to cover as much ground as we can. You're right. I'm sorry. We need to focus. Where do you think we should start today, Xerxes? Good question. Well, we still have 3 potential witnesses to question. The 2 guys in polos and the old man. You said they were with you in the lounge car around this time yesterday, so maybe we'll find one of them there now. We should talk to Veda and Monty again, too. I'm not entirely sure what else we can ask them, but we know they must be hiding something, right? Okay, I'll let you decide what we do first. How about this? If we ever aren't sure what to do next, we can come back here and talk it over. I have a feeling today is going to be a busy day, so don't feel bad if you need to take a break for a little while. Okay, let's get moving. And by let's get moving, I mean let's save. 3 hours to get to chapter 3. Not too bad. It is time to return to the title screen. And close out for... Close out for the night. Well, just me, myself, and Nightbot here for the end of the stream. I sure hope that anybody who popped in enjoyed. I don't think Momochi is a real person. But whatever. It was nice to get some practice talking to chat. Oh man, there's a real cool air permeating this room now. Alright, this is Xerxes X Gaia signing off. I'll be back at this next week. Have a good night, everybody.